What is up, y'all? It's your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video. I just watched What If episode 2. The first episode was absolute trash. This is no different. It's a shame that this is the last Marvel thing, probably the last thing we're ever going to see or hear from Chadwick Boseman in. Because this was subpar. This is straight up garbage. I don't know what Marvel's doing. They should have took a break after Endgame. They should have took a 5 or 6 year break, because I'm sure once they were getting to the end of that whole saga, they probably had an idea whether they were going to get those Fox properties or not. So once they knew that it was going to go in a positive direction, they should have planned on a break, and then once they got the Fox characters, especially the X-Men universe, they should have focused on that, built that for some years. Then after 5, 6 years, bring in your new Tony Stark, bring in your new Thor, bring in your new Captain America, and do all that. Because the characters from, the Fox universe, if you brought them in, they would have never, even if you recasted it, even if you recast Wolverine and everybody, Cyclops and everybody, they never interacted with the Robert Downey Iron Man. They never interacted with the Chris Evans Captain America. So you could bring them in, develop those characters, then bring in, after a break, after you gave it a rest, after you mapped out everything properly, then you can bring in your new Iron Man, your new Thor and everybody to get with the X-Men and Fantastic Four and everything. I think that's what they should have did, because right now you're seeing, like in the wrestling business, and I hate to always reference it, but I mean, you can, use the wrestling business as an example for pretty much everything in life, believe it or not. But in the wrestling business, they call it hot shot, and it's just when you do, things that not really cheap things, but things that the fans are going to be interested in, but in the long run, it's not going to pay off. So you're kind of mortgaging your future for the now. And I kind of feel that's what Marvel did. Kind of, but not really. But I felt they just should have had a definite end. Because, it's the law of averages. Everything's going to drop. No matter how high you get, you're going to fall eventually. So, but, man, let's get back to this garbage episode. It was just bad. And one of the first things that struck me about that I knew the episode was going to be bad, besides it's Marvel, and I hate to say that because Marvel used to be the symbol of excellence for superhero stuff. You would get a DC movie or something like that, and you'd be like, man, this is a crapshoot. But with Marvel, you knew it was going to be good. You knew it was going to be A1. The moment that T'Challa gets kidnapped and I'm not going to go through the whole story. You can watch it yourself. It was terrible watching it the first time, so I don't want to recap it. I could care less. But so you've probably seen it if you're watching this. But when they have young T'Challa, when the Reavers, are they the Reapers or the Reavers? I don't know. I can't think right now. But when Yondu first gets young T'Challa, he just immediately, he's getting kidnapped. You just saw he had a good relationship with his father right before that. And all of a sudden he's kidnapped and he's cool. He's just like, yeah, man, just take me away. Show me all these planets. And then it cuts to 20 years later. So it's like, what? I don't know. But then later on in the episode, he says something that they told him that his planet was destroyed or something. Maybe I missed that early in the first beginning. But when they first got him on the ship and they told him that they could take him out and show him all these planets, he didn't seem broken up at all. The young T'Challa. He didn't seem upset if they told him that his dad died and his planet was destroyed or whatever. He didn't seem too upset about it. He just seemed like, okay, these weirdos got me on this ship. They're going to take me away. Cool. And right then, I just checked out. And I understand it's a cartoon, but still, you got to keep some type of logic and realism. It's just trash. It's garbage. So then we get to where the other Reapers and him, they get to a bar, they're celebrating, and oh my God, I forgot, Drax is the bartender, right? And I don't know if that was Dave Bautista or not, because that did not sound like him. And then I started to realize that a lot of these people, it is their voices, but they cared so little about staying in character that you couldn't tell, it wouldn't have mattered whether they got, an actor, one of the sound-alike actors or whatever. But you didn't even need to get an actor who even sounded like him, because they were performing their voices of their characters so out of character that it sounded nothing like them. It sounded okay, for instance, you had Drax, didn't sound nothing like him. Oh my God, what's the chick? Oh my God, the hot red-haired chick who plays the blue chick, Nebula. She was barely staying in character, barely. And then, but the worst case of all was the Collector, Benicio. Did not bother to get in character at all. You could tell he was like, "What do you need me for?" No. And they were like, "It's in your contract. Look in the small print." He was like, "Okay, where?" "Okay, that address, when? For 5 hours? No, I'll give you 15 minutes. One take Jake. That's it." You could tell that's what he did. It's just very poorly put together. And also, okay, because I'm all over the place with how crappy this is. I didn't write no notes or nothing. You know how I do it. But the whole Thanos reveal, that he was a part of the Reapers, is I can't remember if Reapers or Reapers. Just work with me here. So when he pops up, and immediately you hear the voice and you're like, "Oh, Thanos," and then and then you see what they're doing to the character and you're like, "Oh God, what?" And I was hoping that we'd have Thanos in some other, because I didn't look through the whole list of episodes. I don't know. I know Marvel Zombies is one. That's the only one I'm looking forward to. But after these two piles of hot garbage, I have zero expectations for the Marvel Zombies episode. But I was hoping that they would have, a Thanos-centric episode, or just something around him and the Infinity Stones, or what if Thanos had ended up living, beyond after the snap, and then on his farm, and except just something with Thanos. Now I don't care. I don't, and the way he portrayed that character, and I know it's a what if, that just took the whole aura of Thanos, of this super badass, the baddest of the bad. It ruined it. It was just straight trash. And then, man, the only good thing about that episode is Kurt Russell pops up in the end. That's it. If that's a spoiler, I'm sorry, but I didn't spoil much because the episode isn't much. What if episode 2? What if T'Challa was Star-Lord? What about Who Cares episode 2? Because this show is...